Right, so other than Dustin Poirier knocking out Conor McGregor, something else happened at UFC 257 in the co-main event. Dan Hooker versus Michael Chandler took place, and Michael Chandler finished Dan Hooker in the first round by TKO very brutally. He went to the body, he came up high with a left hand afterwards, put Dan Hooker down, and then finished it off with ground and pound strikes, and Hooker just could not get back up to his feet after he got dropped. No power in his legs, it would seem, because it didn't even look like the ground and pound was that vicious. He just kept peppering them on him, and Hooker did not move, and eventually the ref stepped in. What a performance by Michael Chandler, and also what a performance on the microphone afterwards. I do want to mention that real quick because he made the most of that call out afterwards. Very, very good use of the microphone. That's going to be in promos for the next few months. I can already hear it echoing through a promotion video. I just can't wait to see what happens now. Michael Chandler goes out there and just destroys Dan Hooker in the first round. The same guy. And I know Dustin Poirier just KO'd McGregor as well. Am I alive? I'm alive today. I'm alive. I'm awake. I know Dustin Poirier just KO'd Conor McGregor. I'm saying these words. These words are coming out of my mouth. I know Dustin Poirier just KO'd Conor McGregor, but he went to war with Dan Hooker, and Chandler just dusted him up in the first round like he was absolutely nothing. Really great performance by Michael Chandler. He landed a couple of good shots to the body. I don't know what else he did in the fight. I'm trying to remember back to it now because the main event has just got me in such a phase. But I believe that Michael Chandler came out, landed some little jabs to the body here and there. A couple of maybe right hands, but they weren't too massive. But he landed a couple of body shots early. He also landed a front kick as well against Dan Hooker at one point while he was circling around the cage. Nothing too major there, but again, a nice front kick to the body that he landed. And Dan Hooker was landing some calf kicks early. He came out very, very slow. Did Dan Hooker looked very, very hesitant in that fight with Michael Chandler. I've just watched the fight back before I reacted to this just to make sure I remembered it, because the main event, as I said, wiped my memory completely of everything I knew and once beloved. So I had to check it up afterwards. From the start, Hooker looked like he was going to maybe get chinned, in all honesty. When I look at that back, I know that hindsight's 20/20, but watching Dan Hooker at the start of the fight, he came out so hesitant. I thought he was going to come out and straight away get to work, throwing knees, throwing calf kicks as hard as he could, as many as he could in the early round as well, just chopping away like he does in every other fight, but immediately in this one, he respected the power of Michael Chandler from the get-go and just started scooting around the outside, looking okay though, landing some good calf kicks. He even landed a calf kick that maybe looked like it bothered Chandler at one point, and then Chandler just dusts him up. Right hand to the body, comes through, left hand upstairs. It was the second punch of a combination. It was not like some massive haymaker shot that you would expect to be the kind of shot that would require putting down a man like Dan Hooker, who has a granite chin. Never been knocked down as far as I'm aware. Never been put out as far as I'm aware. Maybe way earlier in his career, but he has got a granite chin, that much we know. In all of his bouts, he is a guy who's such a zombie and cannot be put away by the guys who have the power to put away Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier, because he took 5 rounds to get through Dan Hooker and even lost the first 2. And Michael Chandler just went out there, flattened him. And Hooker's going to be on the island for 6 weeks after that. That sucks so bad to be Hooker, man. I really feel bad for him because I loved Hooker during this whole build-up. He did almost every interview. Every single one of them was fun. He seems like a nice guy. I thought he was going to go out there and land the knee on Michael Chandler in the fight. Didn't even throw the knee. I want to say he didn't even throw a punch in the fight. He just sat there, calf kicking, scooting around, waiting to get KO'd almost, in all honesty, and it was almost inevitable. I know that hindsight's 20/20, as I just said, but from the get-go, it was Chandler's fight to win. It felt like Hooker was on the outside, hesitant to throw. Chandler throws the body shot, and then Dan Hooker. Listen, it wasn't even the most powerful of shots that Chandler landed. He just lifted up a left hook to the mush. Dan Hooker circled into it, and down goes Dan Hooker. I guess he didn't see it coming. But Michael Chandler goes out there, just dinks him with the left hand. Very good shot from Michael Chandler. Very, very good shot from Michael Chandler. Just in time for the main event to start, as it was scheduled for 5:30 a.m. on the dot. We got a nice little immediate finish from Michael Chandler, but he just looked amazing. Great post-fight interview as well. He almost became a Colby Covington of the lightweight division, the way he was talking about Habib. Are you impressed? Are you coming back for me? What if it's me? Am I the guy? Some kind of shit like that. Called out Poirier, called out everyone basically in the lightweight division. I think they're probably going to make the Poirier and Chandler fight next in a couple of months, seeing as they're both coming off quick KOs. But Michael Chandler just flattened Dan Hooker. Walked for everything Poirier had. Walked for everything Felder had. Just took everything, his entire career. Maybe this was the straw that broke the camel's back and it was just about time that Dan Hooker got KO'd eventually after all of this time off. Or maybe Michael Chandler just hits that hard. He has got KOs in his career, but he hasn't been able to KO guys like Eddie Alvarez previously in his career. And I know that this might be the best that he is. At 34 years of age in the lightweight division, he's the best he's ever been, maybe. But I mean, Benson Henderson did better than him. Did better than Dan Hooker. 37-year-old Benson Henderson, I believe, did better than Dan Hooker in that bout. Sydney Outlaw. Prospect. Not that good. I mean, a lot of people talk about Sydney Outlaw, but he hasn't really beaten anyone amazing, and he's lost a lot of fights as well. 3 times before he even fought Michael Chandler and got TKO'd. Better than Dan Hooker, you know? Like, not too long ago, Benson Henderson went to a split decision with Michael Chandler over at Bellator when he was 34 years of age himself. And Chandler just goes out there and dusts up Dan Hooker in the first round like he's nothing. And it's over. And Hooker, I'll tell you this. I wanted to mention this as well. Dan Hooker, come on, bro. What happened? What happened there? I want to mention this massively because Dan Hooker was literally watching that KO happen. The entire time. It was like, okay, I'm going to get KO'd, but we'll see when it happens. It kind of felt like that as soon as the fight started. And Dan Hooker just sort of circled around, saw the body shot, and just looked down. He was just looking at Chandler throw body shots at him with his hands down by his waist, which I know people say, oh, Hooker keeps his hands low. These were suspiciously low, right down by his waist. Didn't even pay attention to the shot that was coming whatsoever, just looking at Chandler throw a body shot in with his hands down by his side like he was completely unexpected and did not realize he was in a fight whatsoever. And then the left hook lands over the top and Chandler gets it done and Dan Hooker's out. TKO finish, 6 weeks on the island. That sucks to be him. I don't know if he's going to continue. I know he took his gloves off in the cage. He says if he can't compete at the top of the level of MMA, he's not going to compete whatsoever. So maybe he will actually retire from MMA here. And if he does, Dan Hooker, you will be surely missed. One of my favorite personalities. I was looking forward to you and Charlie Olives. And if Charlie Olives loses his next fight, maybe they can make a Charlie Olives versus Dan Hooker fight eventually down the line. But Hooker's going to need some time off. Chandler dusts him up. Just in time for the main event to start as it was scheduled on 5:30 a.m. I'm not saying anything, okay? I'm not saying anything here. I accept that Michael Chandler did out. He went out there and did what he did. He landed great body shots, great front kicks, took a couple calf kicks, still went out there and landed the KO punch in the first round. I accept what Michael Chandler did. But can I just point out something? I'm not calling this rigged at all. I don't think they rig fights. If they were going to rig fights, Poirier would not have just KO'd Conor McGregor. Let's be real, they don't rig fights. But it's just very strange how the main event was scheduled to start at 5:30 a.m. The main card was supposed to start at 3 a.m. The main card did not start its first fight until about 40 past 3 a.m. it felt like, in all honesty. It was about half an hour late. And Michael Chandler dusts up Dan Hooker in the easiest win of his career so far, I would argue, against the toughest competition of his career so far, when he's the oldest in his career so far at 34 years of age. Dusts up Dan Hooker in the first round, and McGregor versus Poirier, I shit you not, the round started at 5:30 a.m. in the first round. 5:30 a.m. on the dime, the round starts. Crazy sport we're in. What a crazy sport we're in. What a coincidence as well, but Chandler just goes out there. There's no way of faking that. He literally dinked him on the chin in the first round, and down goes Dan Hooker. I've seen Dan Hooker eat shots off of every single person alive in that lightweight division, it feels like, over and over and over again. Take them well, take them like they're nothing, and throw back harder, and Chandler just dinks him on the chin like he's nothing, and maybe Patricio Pitbull's the best guy ever. Am I wrong? Does Chandler whoop McGregor by KO? Am I wrong? Is that the reality of the universe that we're living in right now? Am I considering picking Michael Chandler to KO Conor McGregor in the first round stiff if they ever fight each other? Would I be wrong to predict that? Would he be a favourite to do that against Conor McGregor? I wouldn't even mind. I would not mind picking Michael Chandler to KO Conor McGregor in the first round after that. And this night of fights has completely changed how every single person, I feel like, viewed everything about MMA. This was a real eye-opener. The card was so trash. We'll talk about an event recap after this one. But leading up to this co-main event, Chandler delivered, and delivered on the microphone as well. I love Michael Chandler, man. I'm very happy it's him. And listen, man, you couldn't ask for two better underdogs. Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, two good underdogs. Both of them get it done. Both of them great guys as well, so it's not like an underdog where it's Kevin Lee getting the upset over Conor McGregor. Can you fucking imagine having to deal with that shit in our life? Jesus Christ. I'm glad it was Dustin Poirier in the main event. I'm glad it was Chandler in the co-main event, but fuck me, I was wrong, and I've never felt more confident about predictions ever before in my life. I picked McGregor by TKO first round. I picked Hooker by TKO first round. I've never been more confident in my life about those predictions. And down they both go like they're bitches. How interesting it is, this sport of MMA. How very, very interesting. What an amazing time to be alive. Actually, what a terrible time to be alive, let's be real. I like Dan Hooker, man. 6 weeks on Fight Island now. Away from his family, just watching. There's not even any fights on Fight Island. He's just stuck there while Overeem and Volkov fight in Vegas. Hooker's just going to be on a boat. On an island. For 6 weeks after getting KO'd by Chandler. That's tough. That is really, really, really tough. Michael Chandler gets it done, though. Very, very well done to Michael Chandler. What a beautiful KO it was. Left hook placed perfectly as Dan Hooker is circling around. He's also a very huge guy. I thought Dan Hooker was just going to tower above him and Chandler was going to be reasonably skinny, but he has inflated so much since the weigh-ins. I didn't realize how much weight he cut to make the division, but he is a little tank of a man in that lightweight division, and he just sparked out. I can't even get over tonight happening. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and the fight's going to start again. You know? I'm going to wake up tomorrow and my mum's going to say, Guru, it's Saturday. Make sure you get up. The fights are on later. I guarantee you that's what happens. I'm hedging my bets. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and the fights are going to be starting. And maybe the prelims won't be as shit as they were. Fuck. What the fuck? Does Chandler finish Poirier in the first round? I reckon he does, maybe. Chandler might be the best lightweight in the world. Patricio Pitbull might be the best lightweight in the world. I think... Oh, you know what? I don't even care. Chandler, I want to win. Josh Thompson and John McCarthy are not going to shut the fuck up about this. I didn't even think about that. Oh, no. Oh, no. I can already hear... Dun 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 dun. Weighing in with... They're not going to shut the fuck up about that for years to come. I didn't realise what was on the line until I've just thought of that. They won't shut the fuck up for years. Oh dear. Oh well, Michael Chandler wins by KO in the first round. Funny stuff, I guess. Let's just get over it. My predictions I thought were very good, but they all ended up wrong, because that's how MMA works. See you later. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Chandler wins, and now we've got crazy stuff to look forward to. And that promo was great as well, so I'm kind of glad. Because I don't think Dan Hooker could cut a promo like that. That was Covington level. That was peak Covington level. And Covington hasn't even cut a promo like that ever in his career. Let's be real. Covington was jealous at the promo that was cut in the center of the octagon in the co-main event of 257 when Chandler KO'd Hooker in the first round. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Click that button up there. Like and subscribe. I'll see you later tomorrow on Saturday. And I'll be streaming the fights at 257 because this never happened. Goodbye.